All right, welcome back to Goal Gunners. How you doing, Scott?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Julio, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Oh, good. Not bad. Everyone's here today. We got a full house. Wade's doing what he does. Robin's doing her thing, and Kim's here. Your wife.
My wife's here.
Nice to see you. Glad you're here, Kim. And I'm kicking my Gatorade over, and I just put it over there like an ass, and I don't really need it. I've been booting it for the past like 10 minutes, and then I fucking finally had to throw it off the green screen. Fuck it. Could you imagine? Like
Fuck
a
it.
break a window.
He's ready.
I've been ready.
What are you talking about? Green screen?
Yeah. No, that's a no. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's
wow, way to rat him out.
yeah.
No, that just
sound
changes
effect.
all the time.
There are some people out there that say, "Oh my God, that studio! How much money do you have to build such a?"
It is beautiful in here.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta say.
Freaking moron. Well, it is beautiful. Yeah, this is unbelievable.
John is in rare form today.
He's fired up, no doubt.
Nothing. I'm not in the mood. I am in the mood, but I'm not in the mood. And that friggin' Gatorade was just. I don't know why I didn't move it like 15 minutes ago. I've kicked it. And then I just kicked it so fucking friggin' hard.
Buddy.
There it goes.
He said the
Whatever.
F word 3 times already.
I'm gonna
and
say it
more.
100. It's not gonna stop.
This is the best day of my life.
Yeah, no.
Dice Clay
Yeah,
version
right.
of Goal Gunners
Right.
tonight.
Yeah. No.
We're shattering
I'm-
the 5,000 views this week now.
Yeah. Thank you, viewers, for
Yeah. Yes.
really. I mean, man,
Thank you.
making us one of the most. I mean, I don't know. I can't find anywhere else that got that kind of a
That's awesome.
uptick. So excellent. Thank you. All right, we got to get into a lot of stuff going on, and of course, man, it's the NFL as usual. I'm almost kind of getting tired of the NFL, but I'm not because it's. You know, man, I don't know. Do you guys ever get tired? No, you love
Probably
it. You
because
guys
there's just
love
been
it.
so much news happening.
John, if you guys
It's never
know
been
why,
a
this is
never been
all
a
I
season
talk
like
about.
this. Never off season like this.
The NFL.
NFL's all I
It's
talk
every
about.
day. It's been something
No,
big.
I know.
Something big every day. Really, it kind
Every-
of wears you out a little bit.
Yeah, it's
I
just.
guess.
It's just they know how to do
I
it. The
love it.
NFL, they know how to do it. Or like the NHL, for example, they have a trade deadline, and the trades get done well before the deadline. So they'll have a big show for the deadline, you know.
Right.
And there's no trades left to make because they already made them.
Right.
The NFL knows exactly how to do this.
Drag the story
They're
out.
unbelievable.
Well, they also space everything out. The Super Bowl's in February, then March is free agency, April's draft, and then May, June is everybody's doing their summer shit, so they really care.
Yeah, there's really only a couple months
I
where
know.
there's not
and then
anything much
before you
going
know it,
on.
they're reporting.
I love it.
No, it's great.
I love it.
No, I do
This is
too,
the best
actually.
off season I've ever seen in football.
I've never seen one
Ever.
like this.
Ever.
But why don't we get into something that happened this week? There's a couple somethings. But the first
Yeah, there is.
something was Tyreek Hill being moved to Miami along with a bunch of draft picks. We'll go over it. Well, you don't even have to get into that. Who cares? There's
Yeah,
a bunch of
right.
bunch of draft picks, and I'm not even
Picks
saying
don't matter either.
I like Teron Armstead too. So what a week!
What
Yeah.
a week to be a Dolphins fan.
Sure.
What
Yeah.
a week.
All right, now I want to minus. Tell me what.
This
Give
is
me
perfect.
give me what you think.
You got one of the best left tackles in the league, and I'm pretty sure with J.C. Jackson was the best free agent in all of football this offseason. Miami finally got him. They got the big fish or mammal, whatever you want to call him. And then they got Tyreek
Mammal.
Hill. He's like the perfect wide receiver to go with Waddle and with Mike Gesicki and soon to be maybe Devontae Parker, but he might be traded. And Mostert. It's just like a really fast offense.
I'm so happy for, and we talked about this off the air, kind of happy for Tua. It's kind of nice to see him get something and get rid of the coach who was so negative and terrible in Flores.
He
And
got a
actually-
total reset.
Yeah, it's kind of nice for him because he kind of gets screwed. I even get screwed in Alabama with the injury.
Right.
I mean, that was an incredible season he was having. It was one of those ones, Heisman for sure.
Right.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
Arguably the best season in a very, well, until Joe Burrow
Right.
showed up.
Yeah, no, he was going to be, and then
Right.
it's kind of sad, a hip injury too. It's nothing.
He's got all the pressure
Yeah.
in the world on him now,
So
though.
it's nice.
And then the NFL, after he got treated in the NFL,
Yeah.
getting pulled out late in the game. I mean, you want to talk about destroying a kid's confidence early.
Right.
I mean, it's good. A lot of guys don't get a second chance like he's getting right now with having all that talent. I mean,
It's nice they didn't give
that's
up
a lot
on
of
him.
talent
Yeah.
to have around you. You're not going to have a lot of
But now
excuses.
it's all the pressure. If you don't win with this now, this is your last
He
season.
can. I think he handles the pressure fine. He's played in
Right.
Alabama.
Do you think he's skilled
and-
enough to be able to?
Yeah, I mean,
See, I think you can do it if you're
Tyreek
accurate.
Hill's
and
pretty
that's the
fast.
offense.
He's got to get his timing down
think
pretty
about
good, and
that.
he hasn't really been.
Yeah,
a
hopefully you
downfield
could
thrower.
throw. Well, even if it's a 10-yard carry, 10-yard.
I hope. I hope.
The guy
I
goes
wish the kid
40.
the best. I hope he makes his career
He's
easier.
He's good.
Yards
He's
per
good.
attempt was up there with Josh Allen and everybody.
Was it really?
Yeah, the you can't throw deep is It's just the offense that Chan Gailey gave him his first year.
Well, that's true. You
And
see,
Bills
that's
fans,
what's going to be
they know how he
interesting.
is.
That's going to be interesting too. Like what the difference is without Flores. I don't even anyone knows.
Right.
Well, you got a
Because-
first-time head coach.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's great.
You
It's
got-
good for them.
I still consider Tua a rookie because I don't think he really had much
Right,
of a.
you
I
can't
mean,
even-
now he's got an opportunity with people around him.
yeah,
I mean, it's
to
where you see
flourish.
he's got-
I mean,
He's got the best weapons in the whole league.
Yeah.
There can't be another person with those 4
He's
targets.
definitely up there. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Devontae
unbelievable.
Parker's your 4th option right now.
I wonder where he's going to go. I heard him linked to Chicago.
Well, the only problem is if you trade for him, it's got to be a 2nd-round pick.
Oh, dear.
Which I know is not that, but if Miami cuts him as a post-June June 1st cut, they save $8 million. If they trade him, they only save $3 million. So they're not going to go ahead and trade him for a 7th-round
right.
pick.
So it's yeah.
You lose just $5 million.
Talk about people getting ruined. Not that I'm trying to move on.
No, go ahead. No,
But
go ahead.
This is something that just drives me nuts, even though I can't stand the guy. I cannot believe what Cleveland's doing to Baker Mayfield. The guy went on the field for them and did what
Oh,
he did.
I hear what you're saying.
He took him to the playoffs, and now it's like, is he even going to go anywhere? Because I heard them say supposedly today that they're going to force the team to eat his whole contract.
Well, wrap
The
right.
trades that are out there, there is no official trade, but it's kind of like the Brock Osweiler 4 or 5 years ago, where they're going to trade Baker Mayfield, and let's hypothetically for this argument or conversation, Baker Mayfield in a 2nd for a 3rd-round pick. They're going to give the better pick in the trade so they can get their salary out of there and wash their hands with him.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Rappaport said it today on Twitter that it's there's a lot out there. It's just no one wants it.
Well, because now you got that drama. You just got yourself into your new quarterback, and you're going to have that drama hanging around instead of getting that clean break and just making things easy and moving on.
I can't think of where he goes.
I don't think. Where's he going to go? No, it seems like nobody wants him.
It's kind of like the musical chairs have already been taken.
I guess
right,
Seattle,
yeah.
maybe, but
I
Seattle.
guess that's the last one.
I mean,
they have nobody, right? Who do
well,
they have?
they've
Locke.
got Locke.
But
Nobody.
That's just a
Yeah,
reason.
so
I
you
saw
gotta-
Kaepernick is trying to get a tryout there this
Yeah, he's
week.
been
I
playing
read
with
the
the Saints
article.
players.
I know he's already talked to him, so who knows if they'll give him a tryout.
How many years has he been out? 6?
It's been a long time.
There's just no places that need a quarterback right now, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I mean
And
everybody's.
you got Jimmy G that's got to go somewhere, and their head coach already shut it down.
They'll keep him.
We
probably,
told
right?
behind closed doors, Trey Lance was already told he's the starter.
Oh wow.
Trey Lance was already
Wow.
spoken to privately.
Interesting.
They've already said he's carrying the team.
So where are they going to send?
To be a
They're not going to get
backup.
anything for Jimmy G.
Left
now.
They
field
waited
backup.
too long.
Yeah. The injury probably was an issue.
Do you think
right?
they're gonna-
But
you-
not really. It shouldn't have been. The
Right.
surgery shouldn't have been. So he's gonna have to back him up. That's all he can do.
Right. I don't know why, but sometimes
See,
with
I didn't hear that
quarterbacks,
he
they
got
kind
told
of
he was the starter.
they kind of go from playing, and then all of a sudden you blink, and then they're gone. Like Carson Wentz took a team
I know.
to the Super Bowl, and then gone.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, he didn't really take them to the Super
Right.
Bowl or playoffs, but then you blink and then they're gone.
further than they've been in years.
Right.
And look at how they repay
But-
that guy.
Right.
Went out there half a man last season for most of
it's
the
just not
season.
it's not a good look for them.
I still can't believe he played through the whole season and didn't shut it down.
San Francisco keeps Garoppolo because of what happened last year with Trey Lance. Trey Lance
Right.
played and he was terrible.
But then
Garoppolo came in and
But are you think? I mean, start Trey Lance now and you put Jimmy G on the bench if you have to keep him. Yeah,
But
want to
then-
talk about causing
yeah.
trouble in your
See,
locker
for me,
room.
I don't even
What
think.
happened last year in that
right,
NFC
but
championship.
then
Jimmy won
you got a
that
slippery
time?
slope where you go from the Tua situation where you're taking him in and out, in and out, in and out. You either
Yeah,
got to give the
that's true,
quarterback the
too.
keys or don't give him the keys.
Gosh, how come these guys aren't getting just thrown right to the Lions like all the other quarterbacks used to be? A lot of them get thrown to the Lions all the time. Everybody's getting able to sit on the bench for a year. That's actually a good thing.
It's the way it should be, right?
I
It
think
should
it's
be.
great. I love
really
it when they
should be.
I mean, how many years did Aaron Rodgers sit for?
4 or 5?
I'd say like half
Yeah.
his career.
It's not a bad.
behind-
It's not a
behind-
bad thing.
No,
for
look at
a
how
couple.
great he ended up being. I mean,
Yeah.
not that he wasn't already a fantastic quarterback.
No,
but
right. I mean, and
sure,
now
it enhanced his play.
speaking of quarterbacks, right? Matt Ryan goes to Indy. Mariota goes to Atlanta.
Just another AFC
Winston
team
stays
getting
in New
better,
Orleans, right?
Yep.
So Winston stays there, which is
I mean,
good
I
for
don't know.
him.
I'm more intrigued by the Matt Ryan to Indy thing,
Yeah, we'll
just
see.
because of what an upgraded quarterback that is for them.
Right.
Yeah, the Mariota thing really
A lot of them are
is-
calling him the Phillip Rivers of. It's going to be just like Phillip Rivers, but I don't know. I think Matt Ryan's better than that.
But they do this every year, though. If you notice, the last 4 years, it's just a veteran quarterback after veteran. It went Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz,
Yeah.
Ryan, and they all seem to be similar type
They're
quarterbacks.
gonna-
I wonder why they didn't draft him.
Frank Reich's gonna get fired.
He should.
He'll be fired soon.
When you
I
go
think.
up and apologize
Because
for
yeah, I
Yeah,
would have fired
man.
him this year.
I
that's
still
like you
can't
giving
believe
somebody
that.
a job and they burn down the building.
Yeah.
You should
I mean,
fire them.
that should be.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It
I
just
think.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah. I think it's time.
I don't
for,
think that needed to be done, but
No,
But
right.
he's a different kind of guy too. So, I mean,
So-
he's super nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, he's a great guy, and that comeback was unreal. We don't want to go into that.
It was greatest, one of the greatest comebacks ever.
Bobby Wagner, guys, sitting there.
I still can't believe.
Where
I
do
thought
you
he was
think?
going to the Rams. That's what I
That's
heard.
that's
That's what I heard, but
Yeah,
I've
they
heard that for
separate
like 3-4 days now. I have heard nothing more about that.
He's
guy.
weirdly been quiet. to be
perfect
honest.
spot for him. I guess
As
the Rams.
good as that guy is, I'm shocked it's as quiet as it is. But what's he want?
That's probably what it's got to be. Him
The
and
money. It's.
him and another guy is the Honey Badger.
I haven't even
Another
heard a
one,
dollar.
yeah.
Have you heard a dollar amount that he wants, Bobby Wagner? Me neither.
I didn't even look at that.
Well, it's got to be it's got to be somewhere like Von Miller, I guess.
Oh, it's got
to
to
be in that neighborhood.
So who's
or
going to pay
more.
that kind?
Yeah.
Who needs a pass rusher that bad?
Well,
Who's ready to go on a run or something like
well,
that?
the
You know what I
Rams
mean?
would like to stay in there. That's a good one.
I mean, that would be
Yeah.
smart.
He'd be
I'm
their,
sure
he'd
now
be
you
their
would
middle
just
linebacker that
replace
they've been
him.
missing. He's a really good. He's
he's
one
very
of the best
good, yeah.
middle
Great
linebackers.
player. That's why I'm shocked he's still sitting there. So it's got to be the money thing.
Yeah.
It has to be. But there's other free agents out there. There's Tyrann Matthews is out there still.
There's a shit ton of free agents.
What's
out
up,
there.
Got a question from the message board for you from Denise Stanek.
Okay.
She said, "What's your take about the ban of Pete Rose? Weed is legal and taking away everyone's record for being convicted."
See, I personally think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
I'm shocked he's not.
I'm with you.
If you're gonna allow it
I
allow it
agree
to
as
be legal,
I think he should be out, never be in the Hall of Fame ever.
You think so?
legal.
Yeah.
Because of the betting.
Yes, you
he's
bet
betting on
you-
himself.
You bet on games, you're done. You should. That's the one thing. It's
He's
the only
hit
thing.
king.
It's the only thing you can do
I
to
know, but
knock
the
you.
only
It says it right there in the.
But
law-
if
in
you're
the thing.
betting on yourself,
that's
to
not.
win,
He's not. He's a,
you
he's a-
really.
He's not.
Don't you think you're trying
Come
even
on.
harder?
Yeah.
He's a degenerate. You don't tell me. Did you ever see how
I met him.
he?
I met
Did
him.
you ever
I
see?
snuck and met him.
No, he's a
I got
degenerate.
I got
Did
a
you?
free picture with him when he
Did
was
you
outside the
guys
casino.
ever
charging.
watch how he bet? I mean, this guy was not. He's a degenerate
Well, yeah.
better gambler. He bet anything and everything.
But what
why
about-
wouldn't he not bet against? When he was a manager, why would he not bet against himself? All he's got to do is adjust some pitching.
all true,
and he
absolutely.
wins. He's in
Yeah.
the hole for $60,000. They want to kill him. That's what happened, and they wanted to kill him. And,
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
real.
I guess I should know a little
He gets
bit
a
more
whole
about
band,
the
and
story.
Calvin Ridley only gets 1 year.
And Calvin Ridley supposedly lied. I guess he bet a lot more than $1,500.
Yeah.
And
I haven't
also,
heard
what
the
about-
amount yet,
what
what it
about
was, but they
putting
said
him
it was a
in-
lot more than that.
Baseball.
What about putting him in as a player
Not a coach.
and not a manager?
Right.
That's up to the Hall. I
That
don't.
needs to happen.
But
That's
that's not
what you-
MLB's
I mean-
issue.
And
you know what I
okay.
mean? Major League Baseball
How
has
do
no
you
difference with
control
that.
so much? Of
So
the
then
game
do
as
you
a
let
coach?
the guys in that pretty much completely cheated and took
No, they're
roids?
not going in
I, see,
either.
No?
I think they should have their whole
I hear
separate
them
wing
considering
because how do you know who did and who
bonds and
If they put him in, it has to be with an
that just
asterisk
totally
or something.
taints
You
it.
got, you
David
gotta
Orr-
tell
I mean,
me,
wouldn't
yeah.
that then taint the game at that point?
Well, yeah, it sure
mean,
did. I mean,
'cause you can't
what
give
you call
exception.
still the home run king. It's not the bonds. You look like. Did you see his head? It grew. I'm
Oh, it
serious.
was
His
huge,
hat
dude.
size.
I remember that
Nice.
because it was in the news. Everybody was talking
Yeah.
about it at the
I
time.
love
Look at the
that.
size of his head.
But it's true. He was
They
like,
just
and he
put
was a
David
mechanical man.
Ortiz
He got
in.
that big thing on his arm.
They
Yeah.
just put David Ortiz in.
Well, he's
and
always
he-
been a circus. Because
Yeah, but he tested dirty in that same thing that
But they didn't care.
exposed A-Rod.
because he's very happy. They love him.
I know.
It
but
doesn't matter.
That's what I mean.
A-Rod
So-
was a jerk and he wasn't.
Yeah.
I know. Well, the Hall of Fame's garbage.
because it's run by
Well,
the writers.
then why not let him in there?
Oh,
Just let him.
fine.
Just let him be.
Put them all in there. Go ahead. And then the
Just
hell
kick
with
the
it.
door
I'm-
open. Let everybody
Yeah.
in.
Then the numbers mean nothing, and that's a shame in baseball because they used to.
Well, the numbers don't.
No, they don't mean nothing no more.
The numbers don't mean anything anyway.
But they used to.
It's not fair.
The home runs used to mean
Everything
something.
evolves to where. It's
Yeah, because when it
something.
starts to become a circus and
But just like the
and
Hall of
and
Fame
people
for
are
passing,
cheating like that,
the
stuff
passing
like
in the
that,
NFL.
then,
Yeah, it's
it
garbage
taints
now.
it.
There's quarterbacks that like Baker Mayfield can.
Well, right.
Score touchdown
I was looking at Dan Fouts the one day, and that's why I was saying I don't even care if whatchamacallit doesn't win a Super Bowl. He's got to be in Stafford. I mean, with you look at those.
I got a
numbers.
question for you
But it was
guys.
but it was a different
Super
world.
Bowls shouldn't win because
Okay,
it's a team.
how
sport.
many
right?
current starters in the NFL is Baker Mayfield better than? Like, how many would
Wow.
he
I'm
totally
gonna go-
totally improve their team? Because you got to give it to him. Even though I hate the guy, he's a good quarterback. He played hurt last
Yeah,
year.
no, I got no
So
problem.
this is I heard a lot more based on his attitude. That
Well, let's think about it. Atlanta,
building.
Seattle.
You want to put NFC on there real quick so I can look at the teams?
Yeah, Atlanta.
So if you do AFC, you got him Houston. He's
Yeah.
better than Houston's.
yeah,
The Jaguars, the Jets, Pittsburgh. That's four
yeah,
in the
there you go.
AFC.
There's four there.
now, I know there's
NFC,
been supposed rumors.
The NFC, you'd
Pittsburgh
have
was looking
Atlanta,
at him. I don't know how
Seattle,
true that was.
Detroit,
You got to save Chicago. I guess you don't know what field.
But you can't put him up there because that's a different situation.
So then, what
The
is
Giants.
what is so tainted about this
Does he
guy?
Giants.
start over Carson Wentz?
Yeah, I don't even know where he is now.
Carson Wentz went to Washington.
Oh, that's
Carson
right.
Wentz-
Yeah,
That's right.
but
He's
you
there.
put-
That's
Yeah.
right.
Washington in there.
He's gonna sprain
And
both
then
his ankles
see,
there too on
the
the same
Saints.
play.
That's 10 teams that I think Baker
agree with
Mayfield
that.
can go in there and play.
Yes,
That's
he
what I'm
could.
saying.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt.
So is
No
he
doubt.
just that much of an asshole that nobody wants him in the
Well,
locker
It's
room?
the money, I think.
It's just
It's
yeah.
the contract. That's what they keep
Yeah,
saying.
but
No
come
one
on,
wants
man.
it.
He's Johnny
They could get him. They but they could take him
Correct.
on and restructure the contract
Jack Eichel.
immediately.
Yeah.
You're gonna coke problem.
And they get a 2-year deal. Prove it.
Yeah, I
mean-
hear you. No,
But what, I just is he that? Something's going to come out.
I
There's
think it's
got to
the
be.
money.
There's got to be something more than the money.
You
It's just
think?
got to.
Yeah.
People will pay to win, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I like Marcus Mariota, but really,
no, he's not.
I mean,
yeah,
well,
that
really?
was, that was
What's
just because
Atlanta
Atlanta's
doing?
just not good.
I
You
mean,
know,
they gotta be
Atlanta, what's the
drafting somebody.
point?
But the
Yeah.
only difference with
something.
Marcus Mariota is he's going to
Kinda
come
like
in
Seattle.
and
What's
be
the
a
point?
veteran presence that you want around a young
Right.
quarterback.
Because
That's
like,
the only thing.
but you think of the teams that just they know they're not going to win, right?
Yeah,
They know they're
that's
not gonna
what
win.
this is.
So
You know what I mean?
What's the point of bringing
There's-
Mayfield in to
Well,
Seattle
if
or
you're
New
gonna start,
Orleans?
if you
or
want to start
Atlanta?
building, no, you got to
Yeah.
start somewhere.
problem
And there's
is
your
if
core
you
piece to start with.
Yeah, if you're
That and you're not an offensive line.
really gotta
so he
believe,
doesn't get
yeah.
murdered.
you'd have to believe. You have to believe in them.
The problem that Baker's going to have is that he has to go to the middle tier teams. He can't go to a rebuilding team that's going to draft a quarterback because you don't want him near your.
He should go to Pittsburgh.
Well, he's also going to have to prove
He
it.
should've
They're
went
not
to-
going to trade him to Pittsburgh.
Right, I know.
They're going to make him
Yeah.
prove himself
If
too.
they could, that'd be a perfect spot
While we're
for
ever
him.
talking about that, if you don't want a player, why does it matter if you trade him to your division? If you're saying that he sucks and I don't want him, why
Yeah,
not trade
right.
him to
Why
your
wouldn't you want to
division?
play
Right.
against him?
If he's not good enough to play
Right,
for
true.
you, he should be good enough to play against you twice.
No, I agree. I agree with that, man. All right, let's do something with the power rankings. Whichever one you want to put up. Wait,
Let's
it's
go
fine.
NFC first.
NFC first, if we could.
I love it. He gives you the option, and I just
Yeah, and you just go right in. All right, so here we go. You guys looking at them at home and with us. For me, the only thing I'm changing here in this one is I'm probably moving the Cowboys over to 5. I'm moving Arizona up to 6. And I'm putting Minnesota to 7. And then after that, put them all in a blender. I mean, you could put the Commandos or whatever the hell they are over to 8. And then
Commandos is when you don't
I usually
wear-
call them the Commodores. This is the first time I even got close. And then you got the rest. I mean, really, it's the rest. It's the rest, right? I mean,
Correct.
who else? I mean, but for me, it's L.A., Tampa. I don't even know. San Francisco.
How do you even have San Fran there right now?
well.
If they
Yeah.
start him, then he's really he's got to prove himself. They're not going to
Well,
be
I
number
think
3 in
that
the
this
power
is
rankings.
this is with them, their current rosters.
Jimmy G.
was starting
so
the best
say
player.
Jimmy G would
Okay.
be starter.
But
then.
if you do it, it's got to be the Rams, Tampa for sure. That's a
Yeah.
clear
yeah,
call.
there's no doubt.
I'm gonna go.
Should be at 3.
I'm gonna go San Fran there because Cowboys they just disappoint. They just when it comes time to playoffs, they're gonna disappoint anyway. And I'm putting the Vikings in front of Green Bay.
Green Bay should be down more
Green Bay's-
spots than that. They don't have any wide receiver. I mean, they got
Green
nothing.
Bay and Dallas have done nothing positive besides lose
I can't
players this
believe it.
offseason.
I wanted to move Arizona.
Dallas
up a
probably
little.
Because they
terrible
stayed-
offseason.
Right. Arizona should come up to
Terrible.
4.
Yeah,
That
for
should
sure.
be your top
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, they didn't
Top
really.
three.
They didn't lose nobody. Other
They
than
lost
Christian
Patrick
Kirk.
Peterson and Christian Kirk, and they don't really care about either. And Chase Edmonds.
Yeah, they can replace Christian Kirk easier.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
But that's pretty solid though. Like
That's your
John
top
said,
7.
there's no way that Washington should be above Arizona.
No, it's weird.
Yeah, I can't believe that one. That's
Carson
strange.
Wentz. I mean, I know the
Carson
defense is
Wentz
supposed
over
to be
Kyler
good, but
Murray. Really?
I don't know.
Really?
I mean, I'd almost say the Eagles might be better than Washington.
I see.
you know?
Yeah, I see Washington probably right above the Saints, wherever that falls. But when you move Philadelphia and Arizona around there.
You need to take that. See, yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona needs to go to 4.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
they need to bump
Absolutely.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Switch them.
Because you figure the top, like, the Rams and Tampa, like you said.
Yeah.
Put them any way you want, but it's definitely got to be San Francisco, Green Bay, Dallas, Minnesota, Arizona.
Yes.
And then after that, it's a big blender. I don't know.
pretty
Maybe
much.
maybe Washington, Philadelphia, I guess would be the next, right? Because it's going to be the Giants.
Is that the 1 through 4 right now? Is all different divisions, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
1 and 3 are the same.
Because
I think Carson Wentz had the
Orleans?
best running back in football. That guy could not win.
yeah, he couldn't produce
Oh, my
against
God.
Jacksonville.
I mean, wow.
Well, let's go to the AFC. All
The AFC is going to be a fun one. I got ripped last week on this.
right, I'm going to tell you what I think of the AFC. Here's what I like. I want to move 3 and 6. I want them to switch. I want Kansas City at 3. I want the Broncos at 6. I guess it's okay with this Chargers Browns thing.
I got a problem with where the Browns are at.
But then I kind of want to take the Raiders and move them down.
You want to move them down?
Yeah, I want to push
Really?
them down a little bit, but I would like to put the Colts over to 7. Just because I like the running game. And,
Okay, yeah, okay.
and I don't think the Broncos should be there.
Oh yeah,
That's
It
way
was-
too
Could you
high.
imagine if you bet them to win the bowl before he went
Now,
there? The odds completely
The
ridiculous.
top 2, I think, are just the Bengals are in the Super Bowl, so you could do what you want with those.
I don't know, man. I don't
You
know.
could
I think
flip-flop them if you feel like it. I mean, you don't have to.
I just don't think the Bengals
There's a
are
team-
going to be able to repeat what they did now that they got
It'll be interesting.
they got good tape on them.
The
guys.
number
I
one
just don't
team
know.
should be the Bengals. They went to the Super Bowl and did
I'm
nothing.
fine with 1 or 2, yeah, and the Bills should be 2.
But
Or the
if-
Bills should be 1.
If
Whatever.
you look at the
One or two.
Bengals, they went to the
That
Super
doesn't-
Bowl
I think-
and they
I
did
think
nothing.
Buffalo's
They're
number
probably
one.
a free agent winner.
13 jumps
Yeah.
up to 82. Fuck that.
San Diego is gonna be
If their team's
scary,
jumping,
boy.
Tyreek
Wow.
Hill, number 12, is jumping.
But what 5? Why would we have Cleveland at 5? Deshaun Watson hasn't played in what 2 years, and they're gonna just come in and just make him. He's
That's
playoff
like-
bound right off the bat.
Well, like
I mean, come on.
Tennessee. Tennessee was awfully good before Derrick Henry went down.
Right,
People
they're
were
too
scared
low.
of him. I mean, it was a big deal. I'd want them somewhere. I mean, I don't know if that's the right. Where are they at? 9? No, they're not. They got them at 9. And New England's way too low. They're not going to be that bad.
Well, they're going to get beat up by the
No,
Giants
New England's
and
not going to be that
They're
bad.
gonna
They
be
would
in- they're
probably
gonna
be
be in the
about
mix.
in the middle in there.
They're going to be in the mix for the wild cards.
Houston,
you know.
I mean,
Well,
Sure.
honestly, if you look at any of those teams right there, if you take Pittsburgh, the Jets, Jaguars, and Houston, those are the only teams that are not in the mix for wild cards.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say so.
yeah.
So,
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
if I gave you my power rankings for the AFC, the Bengals are number 1. The number 2 team is the Chargers. They had the best corner and Mac in the free agency. All they got to do, and all they've ever had to done for 3-4 years, is just stay healthy. That's the number 2. Number 3, I'm not. The only thing that slowed down the Cleveland Browns is quarterback. They got one of the best quarterbacks from 2 years ago. Deshaun Watson's going to move them to 3. I'll give Buffalo 4. That's fine. Kansas City, they'll be 5.
What do you like? Give your top.
yeah,
Give a top 6.
okay,
Or
I'll
even
go-
top 8. You know what
well-
I want to do? Top 8. Well, go top 6. Go top 6.
Buffalo, Cincinnati is for me is interchangeable.
Fine, okay.
Because they went to the Super Bowl, so I'll give them that.
Right.
I would move San Diego to 3.
L.A.
LA.
I'm just
I
used
know,
to
I
calling
know
them
you are,
San
I know,
Diego
I know,
my
I
whole
know,
life. You know
I
what I
know,
mean?
I
So
do
the
it too.
Chargers, I moved to 3.
I almost got thrown out for the Washington.
I'd take Denver and move that to 4. I'd take Kansas City over there. I'd drop Cleveland down to probably 7 or 8 because Deshaun. I mean,
You're
he's
not
not coming in the
sure what
league
he's
and,
gonna do.
and
Okay.
going to play like he just got done with a great season or so. I just don't see him coming back that fast and throwing him into the playoffs. And then, God, I think. And what about Baltimore? Isn't that a little low for them if he's healthy?
I mean,
I mean,
they'll
you
be
got
in the
Lamar
mix.
Jackson. I mean, come on.
They'll be in the mix.
It's kind of there's so many that are so
For me,
the same,
Denver could very well
similar at least that their production's
Denver
probably
could
going to be.
very well be an. They're going to be a.
But how
They're going to be a
much-
wild card team, and they might be the 8th seed. Who knows?
But
I
my
mean,
thing with another thing, them being number 3 right now is just silly to me.
it is. It's
Russell Wilson is coming from a
Is this?
division.
This is this guy here that did this. This Jared Bailey.
Whoever he is.
So
Yeah.
that's-
Broncos being number 3. Now Russell Wilson came from Seattle. That's not much worse of a team. The O line's a little bit shittier, which is fine. The defense is better in there, but the Broncos are going to have
too
to
high.
play teams in the West. Russell Wilson's got to be back to the old Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah, to play
be
against
up
those
there.
young
I
boys.
think-
playing
Yeah,
against
for sure.
some
Kansas City.
I think some
Yeah,
disrespect.
you're right. That is probably
I
too.
think
Maybe I'm giving Russell. Maybe I'm giving
We're-
him a little
we're
bit
putting
too
Russell
much.
back when he went to the
yeah.
Super Bowl.
Little
Yeah.
disrespect on. I think Kansas
How old
City's
is he now?
better.
What year is this for him in the league? Wilson.
10.
And yeah, probably 10 or 9. Yeah, that sounds right. I think Kansas City is still good. I don't know why they wouldn't be in the top 4. I
See,
don't understand
I think
why
it's
they're
because then again I'm basing it off
Hmm.
guys that San Diego that the Chargers got. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
who knows how they're
But
going to
the Chargers
just
got
because they got those
All right.
guys does not mean it's going to work out
Khalil
for them either.
Mack.
You know what I
can't
mean?
stay- I don't know if anyone's watched him play
What?
since he's been a Bear. He is not staying healthy. He can't finish a season. And then he does nothing with Robert Quinn, who has 21 sacks. I think this is outrageous. I think it's a joke that everyone's going so crazy about him there. And I think eventually the Chargers are going to wish they didn't have him.
I did
Because-
say, to back his thing, I did say the Chargers, the only thing they ever have to do is stay healthy. So if they all stay healthy, because Derwin James can't stay healthy, Khalil Mack can't stay healthy, the players, Bosa can't stay healthy. There's just people that can't stay healthy on that team.
I guess a lot of things I'm basing
if-
off.
No, I know.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
A lot of these teams I'm thinking about on paper what their possibility could be. Best case scenario.
Health.
I guess. Yeah.
If
Health.
healthy,
Best case
yeah.
scenario. Everybody's healthy. You know, as soon as the first week starts, people blow their knees out and left
Well,
and
that's
right.
why
And
I was just absolutely shocked at the whole Khalil Mack, the craziness over
Yeah,
as though they were going to the. I don't even know.
I don't remember the last time I really heard them say
don't
his name
play.
other than
That-
wow.
That list from Tennessee jumping all the way from essentially from last year, finishing at 1 to jump down to 9, it's just a little crazy to me. We're putting too much respect on Russell Wilson.
Yeah, way too much.
And
Yeah.
all they number 7, the Vegas Raiders.
they shouldn't be there.
They shouldn't be there. I personally don't think
I
that-
dropped them.
You don't think him and Devontae are going to light it up?
No, they
Or
can
is
go ahead and light it up. That's fine. You also play again.
Yeah,
the
you play the
Chargers,
Chiefs,
the Chiefs,
Chargers,
and the
right.
Broncos.
Yeah, they're going to
Those
eat
three
themselves
teams-
alive. Those guys.
They have that whole division top 7. That's crazy to me. That's nuts to me. And then you got the Dolphins and the
It's not right.
New England Patriots at 12
I mean, it's like
and
all the
13.
youth is in the AFC,
It just doesn't make sense.
and all the more matured quarterbacks
Are
are
in
in
the
the
NFC.
NFC.
This isn't where they're
That's
going to finish, by the way. This
crazy.
is just them going into the season. But if you're
I just
gonna
can't
do-
believe all the people that migrated over to the AFC in free agency.
Also,
It's
Tennessee,
like everybody practically. Most of the moves were AFC moves.
look at Tennessee's division though. Like they play against a 14 and 16 team.
Yeah, I know they got it.
That's
they got
4
it,
wins.
They got it nice and easy.
But that's
yeah.
another reason why Buffalo has to stay in the top 4, I guess.
What do you think about Jacksonville? Because I know they didn't add anything crazy,
I don't even think they.
but do you
improved.
think they even improve at all?
I don't think they improved at all.
I don't know.
I think
yeah.
they made a whole bunch of
Christian
lateral
Kirk
moves
was
and-
weird,
The Christian Kirk's the
But then
money
you
that
went
paid
and got
those
Christian
idiots.
Kirk, but that was Chenault already.
right?
You went and got Ingram, but that was Arnold already.
I know.
And then you
yeah.
went and decided, oh, I spent too much money on these guys to go help out my hope to be quarterback,
Right.
and you cut Miles Jack.
I like him too. He's
I
and he's a
love
Steeler,
Miles
and now
Jack.
he's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, good for Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, oh boy, poor Pittsburgh. Which I mean,
Here we go.
because
Here we go.
no, just really, it's really outrageous. But I mean, and them to be above
Come on, Mitchie
New
Biscuits,
England
he's
is
going to get it done in
outrageous.
Pittsburgh. He's
They're
going to have him in the
above the
playoffs.
12
He's
team.
going to have
Yeah, right.
Mitch is
The
going to
12
take
team,
him,
yeah.
give him a wild card shot. I think.
The 12
Yeah.
team, the Dolphins, they had
Yeah,
a number
yeah.
1 defense last year, and they
Right.
added left tackle. Miami fixed their problems on the offense, and they're still 12 in this list.
Yeah, it's wrong.
I'm going to tweet this guy, just let him know.
Because I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
I'm not
tell
doing
him,
it again.
Tell him he sucks.
It's just
his
bad.
rankings are horrible.
Anything, Robin, that you're looking? All right, look, you're gonna say something.
No.
Nothing. All right, we should probably take a break, as we're halfway through, and football always just dominates everything I
So
do.
much to talk
The
about.
NFL, yeah, and I can't wait for. We got some draft stuff coming up too, which is going to be really cool. I can't
That's
hear
always
the
a fun
draft. This
time.
guy here, honest, I'll tell you
I
the
look
truth.
forward to it.
He is. I never met anyone who had this draft knowledge. You'll like it.
That's
I'm watching
awesome.
it.
I can't wait.
You'll
I'm
like it, yeah.
I'm watching
I look
it right
forward to
after
it.
the
Because
draft.
I learned. He was good.
Soon as
Hey,
the
man.
What am
seventh
I
round
doing
goes-
again?
What? You're a mess. You're a mess,
For God's sakes. Now the chords.
Robin.
All right. Let's go to commercial
You need
before
to
I
help
rip
your
down
man
the
here,
thing.
please.
Yeah, get me under control. What happened? All right.
Because I'm over here now. When I
Yeah,
was
he needs a
over
hug
there.
on the break.
Letchworth State Park is truly spectacular. Everyone should have the opportunity to enjoy this wonder of nature. The Autism Nature Trail at Letchworth will provide ADA-compliant accessibility and allow those with autism, as well as visitors of all ages and abilities, to push boundaries, explore new activities, and develop skills. Go to autismnaturetrails.com to learn more, and please help support this important project.
All right, we're back. Thank you. And don't forget Gorillas Inc. store where you can find Goal Getters gear and you can find cards. Man, you can find everything. Memorabilia of all kinds and fun stuff to do out in the summertime. Just everything. Check it out, Gorillas Inc. store. Let's turn to the NHL a little bit. Since it was the trade deadline and we had Mike Agello on, let's see what happened in the trade deadline.
He's still using the Sabres background.
Yeah, it's never going to end. It's all right.
With the live fans.
Yeah, there they are. Yeah, there's the fans. Yeah, right.
Actually, they came back last week.
The fans?
Last Thursday was
Did they?
pretty packed.
They should. Why not? Come on back.
There's nothing else to do.
No, right. I had some guy today on Facebook. Real quick, I typed it out and I said, forget it. I'm deleting this.
Oh, come on.
This guy says, just to let you know, Tage Thompson has more goals than Malkin and Crosby. So I go take a look. Malkin's played 28 games. What do you want from him? But he's got a point per game. Old Tage Thompson there, he does not have a point per game. He's played 60 games. He's got 48 points. How do you come on there and then even try to compare him to Crosby? Just this place is out of control.
Are we doing that? Well, I had a thing on Facebook as well, just like this guy. People are just like punctuating stats to like make their guys look good. I had a guy post 3 times. I let things slide now. We are from Buffalo, okay?
Sadly.
From Buffalo. I'm a Dolphins fan. It's a very tough time for me. I let it go 3 times. They're comparing total touchdowns from Dan Marino to Josh Allen.
I remember this. Yeah, you can't.
You can't do that.
I saw it. You can't do it.
Because if you take away the rushing, it just doesn't make any sense.
It just doesn't make sense.
So go ahead and compare him
agree,
to somebody that runs. Or just do passing touchdowns. You don't have to compare Josh Allen to
Why Dan
anybody.
Marino? Of all, it's a weird
just
one.
like,
Yeah,
I
it
felt
doesn't
like it
make
was a
any sense.
message to me.
That's a
I
ridiculous
felt like it.
comparison.
Yeah.
I felt like he was
probably
like, I'm going to go piss Julio off.
Probably.
And it got me.
Let me ask you something.
What's up?
Oh, is this
Here we go.
No,
Is this it?
no. That's
Oh,
coming.
okay.
That's coming after this.
I'm really excited. I've been waiting 3 days.
I know he keeps teasing it every day.
Hockey, NHL hockey. You're a Sabres fan, right?
Yeah.
You'd say?
If I'd watch it, sure, I'd watch Sabres.
I have to
Sabres
be.
fan.
Yeah.
Why do you have
Home
to be?
team.
I had a trade with this one when we met.
Oh, that's right. I actually remember this.
Yeah.
So you were telling me.
She was a Bills fan. I'm not having that. She said, if you like the Sabres and the Yankees, I'll like the Dolphins. Fair
Nice.
trade. She lost. But
Oh, all right. Good for her.
She
All
wears
right.
a Dolphins shirt on right now.
Yeah, all right. I just wanted to know because I don't know, and I don't know if our people know who everyone. I mean, obviously Dolphins, Bills. I like the Bears.
I mean, my father brought me up as a
Yankees
Bills fan, so
yeah.
it's been my whole life. It's all I've known.
Yankees, of course. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
hockey. I like the Maple Leafs. You guys like the Sabres. Basketball. Do you have a favorite? Or do you just watch? There's a lot of people that just
Chicago
watch.
Bulls.
I used to like the Charlotte Hornets
Okay.
for a while. Not around anymore. I mean, I'm not a big basketball guy. I watch like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
playoffs
just watch-
and stuff
yeah.
like that. But probably the Knicks, just because
Yeah, I'm a Knicks
home
fan
state.
too.
Knicks.
I was just curious because it's nice to get.
So I
it
got
out in
that
the-
misery on me. Too,
Whoa,
so I got
since '72. Yeah, misery since '72. All right, let's talk about the trade deadline. And you guys, we were talking about winners and losers beforehand,
The big
and
one.
it seemed like the winners,
Clark Giroux.
players that went from non-playoff teams to playoff teams.
Yeah.
I mean, what a beautiful time that is to go from the Flyers to Florida.
Which is wild, too, because you traded. He was the captain of the team.
Yeah, Giroux.
Yeah, that's a pretty big
I think
swing
he's an
for you.
alternate. I think Voracek's the captain.
He'll probably go back, right? Maybe. I don't know if it's a 1 year.
He was very happy to go to
Florida. Yeah.
Which is weird for hockey players wanting to go to Florida.
So, like, the whole Eastern Conference did well.
Except for maybe
all the
Washington.
playoffs. Except for Washington. They didn't
kinda
do
just
much.
stayed.
Yeah, I don't know why they would. Yeah, they got Marcus Johansson. That's what they did. Just a forward. You know, he's all right. You wouldn't think they need forwards in Washington with the players they have, with the guys they have. Carolina did nothing really but Max Domi, and I guess you don't need to do anything when you got 95 points.
Right.
And you're sitting there and odds-on favorite to win the Cup next to Colorado, right? Tampa did well. They got guys that were kind of off the radar. We talked to Mike about Brandon Hagel from Chicago and Nick Paul from Ottawa. Robbins or something? Okay. Nick Paul from Ottawa. Boston did well by getting Lindholm, a defenseman from Anaheim. Okay. Good pickup. Maple Leafs did what they had to do with Mark Giordano, and also Blackwell, who's playing well. The Rangers went crazy. With guys I asked Mike about, Andrew Kopp. I didn't understand, why is he so good? Why is everyone after this guy?
Right.
And Tyler Mott.
His cap is cheap.
Cheap, yes. Yeah. And he's a big guy, can score.
Yeah,
Rangers got them all, along with a defenseman, Justin Braun. Pittsburgh, Raquel. So it was really a good day for the East, I think. Florida getting Ben Sherratt and Claude Giroux.
Florida, and just if you had to pick a winner out of those, like who did better, is the top two teams did better.
Yeah.
Not only you the top two teams, but you also got what you needed.
Yeah, because
Toronto did not get a goalie though.
No, they couldn't get a goalie.
That was the only thing they didn't. They needed a goalie, but they got defense. That was their second thing.
They gotta hope Jack Campbell comes back like he was before the All-Star break,
or a waiver.
Yeah, I mean, the kid they brought up, Robin, what's his name? Shalgren.
The goalie
Is Shalgren? Yeah, he played really well, but of course he's like 20.
Right, but also adding a defenseman helps
big.
Your goalie.
Two defensemen too, because they forget, because it happened before the thing. They got that Lyubushkin from Arizona, but it happened like 2 weeks before the deadline. In the West, Colorado's really they got 95 points. No one's close to Colorado in the West. But they still did things. They got a defenseman in Josh Manson. Arturi Lehkonen, I don't know. I mean, that was just a forward, I guess. Minnesota, though, does the big deal, getting Marc-Andre Fleury.
Right.
And I think if you're Vegas, right, you get a conditional first-round pick. That's not bad.
Right.
Why not?
Getting a first-round pick. He's
for that guy.
For Fleury.
Yeah.
He's went for a first-round pick 2 or 3 times already.
Crazy, yeah.
That's awesome.
That one other guy I talked about, Jacob Middleton, defenseman from San Jose, he also went to Minnesota. Edmonton did a little stuff. Derek Brassard, center, and Brett Kulak, defenseman from Montreal. Edmonton and Toronto always have the same problem. A lot of scoring. Hard to keep the puck out of the net sometimes because you need that goalie, and they're hard to find just like a quarterback.
They're just out there trying to outscore the opponents.
Yeah, and it's tough. It's tough times. St. Louis, Nick Leddy, just a depth defenseman. In Calgary, I'm not even going to bother. Kalle Yarncroc from Seattle. So not much.
Full, huh?
Yeah, not much there. The other thing that happened real quick before we talk, I just want to give a brief thing. The Vegas Knights, they traded Yevgeny Dadonov to Anaheim. Well, Dadonov had a limited no-trade clause, and so the bad thing is, all right, they tell Dadonov goodbye. Social media says goodbye, thank you for your service. And he had Anaheim in his no-trade clause, which is kind of weird, right? Why Anaheim?
Right.
Well, he was one of them. And
why would you want to go to Anaheim?
Yeah, I know. You don't want to go.
Dude.
But he had already made that list. Like, you know what I mean? Because they make those lists in advance.
Right.
Those 10 teams or maybe whatever the team will let you. Well, anyways, last night, Dadonov was welcomed back to the Knights. That can't be good. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
You got to feel bad.
If there's
that's got to be
a little weird. Anaheim on there.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't get it.
How they missed it. That's why they're the loser. They're one of the losers.
He should
This draft. How do you do that, right? You're a loser.
With that
How do you do
situation,
that?
he should be able
Who's
to
going
go
over
to
the
free
contracts for
Yeah.
you?
I agree with you. You're right.
He should be able to pick anywhere he wants to go now. You violated his contract.
And you bring him back. It's never good. Like, we talked about this one time. You get fired and they
Yeah,
bring you. You
it's
don't
just
want
weird.
that. It's
It's
not going
weird.
to work out well.
Yeah.
They should void his contract. Should be voided if he wanted to.
I agree.
You
and they
broke his contract.
Yeah, they really did. It was really messed up. They didn't even pay attention to it.
So it's pity.
And
Come here,
Vegas
buddy.
was trying to get $5 million free. That was the whole thing. If they got rid of Dadonov, they'd save $5 million. That's a big deal. You know, the NHL cap is strict. They're there is no. The only time you can go over, which is really wrong, and I think they're going to fix it next year, is if I'll just use someone from the Leafs. If Austin Matthews is hurt right now and they're going to put him on long-term IR, his money comes off the cap, and the Leafs can spend all that money. When he comes back in the playoffs,
They're allowed to be over it.
it don't matter. You can be over the cap.
I mean, that's a little bit fair.
Crazy.
What's that all about?
That's kind. I don't like that.
How does
Tampa
that
did it.
work?
Tampa did it with
That's a lot better than
Kucherov.
everybody else's cap situations and all the other three sports. Two sports, because MLB does have one.
I just Tampa Bay just used that with Kucherov.
Oh, yeah.
It was so bad. I mean,
really?
and they just it was, and because he came back flying. I mean, he
Also,
last
they
year,
kept him fresh.
They
is what
had
they
to
were
have
doing.
done something. I don't know.
See, that's what I mean. That's
Why not
that's
do that
shitty
with
then.
anybody now?
If you
Exactly. If you
East is
can,
locked
you know
up.
what? Good for them. If they were allowed to, do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's just-
Everybody should do
The
it.
strict cap needs to happen in all sports, and there should be a cap
I
in
agree.
MLB.
I have to agree
The
with
money that some of these people are making
The fact that
to
you're
play
able,
sports
you're able to
is unbelievable.
You can't sign a player for 120 million for 6 years or 120 million for 4 years. I think if you take that money, you divide it by the years. That should be the cap hit for every year. For say the NFL, Tyreek Hill's cap hit from yesterday is 6.5 this year.
Oh, that's it.
It's not fair.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
That's
the way that they manipulate the cap in the NFL.
I know, isn't it nuts?
Then just have no cap, right? I mean, I don't even know why.
Well,
they
so-
thought
just
that.
have no
yeah,
cap.
that's why, you know what, and I've listened to McAfee, and I said that before, and he says that all the time, and he's actually, I've heard ask, like, at general managers, dude, there's no cap, is there?
Right, there's no
Like,
cap.
well, there's always a way to get around it.
Right.
So then there's no
Restriction.
cap. I
Yeah.
mean, if you can just turn everything into a signing bonus and
I
be
guess,
done, then
you
why not
know,
do that with everybody?
Speaking of leagues, like Major League Baseball, right?
They don't have one.
They don't have one, but they can't be hurting. Because look at the amount of money they
Right.
throw around.
But also, it doesn't. That
Yeah.
league is the most
It's a
fair
joke.
sport, though.
Yeah, and that league is sad because you'll have teams like
You can't buy championships anymore.
15 of them
Yeah, it's too
are
hard.
done by 4th of July.
Yeah,
It's
because
not even,
it's
or
so-
June. It's so bad
Well,
like
the-
that.
right.
It's
Wow,
not good.
really?
You just-
Yeah, because
you
it's,
can't buy-
it's going to be the Dodgers, Yankees, Mets.
So the season starts and it's over for people in like
Oh,
2
it's
months.
it's over for Baltimore now. They ain't even throw.
Well,
first
yeah,
pitch.
Baltimore's done.
or some others.
But it's not just that though. It has nothing. Not only the cap. He's not saying just a cap. Sometimes there's no players on the roster. It's just not. It's not a good look.
Pittsburgh, sadly.
Tampa
the amount
Bay's-
of players
Tampa
out
Bay's
there,
not
it
doing
amazes-
people-
that
their payroll's
amazes
shit.
me.
I know that's the thing. Tampa
What's that?
Bay does it with nothing. The
Tampa
Rays.
Bay is
it's
borderline.
amazing. I don't know how they do it.
Right.
You know,
Because-
because they keep their young players
And
and
baseball
don't
is
move them.
more fair. You can't take over a baseball game by yourself. You just
That's
can't do
true.
it.
You
It's
can-
impossible.
yeah, no,
It's
yeah,
impossible.
right.
You only
Very
can
rare.
bat 3 times.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
only so if you're the best player ever, and you got like
It's very.
I don't know the
yeah.
sliders on. I don't know.
Very
you hit
rare,
a home
man.
run every time. That's only 3 runs if no one in front of you is getting on base.
It's You're right. No, that is the case.
You have to have a
with baseball.
complete team in there.
Yeah, and I
But-
just don't like the other teams. I hate seeing the Pirates not be able to compete.
Right, there's farm
It's
teams.
just
in that.
crazy.
In
Yeah,
the
that
MLB, there's farm
sucks. When
teams.
teams can't, for whatever financial reason, can't field a fair team against someone like the Yankees or something.
Yeah.
I mean, how is that? It's so That's what I hate about the thing going on with the NFL too. Look at how it attracts. So it's easy to attract players to Florida
Of course.
and to I think what is it? Is it Texas?
Texas.
Because of the taxes.
Right.
So who the hell? No wonder players want to play. I'd want to play there too if I didn't have
Right,
to
which
pay
is why
tax.
Miami gets
You
to
kidding
sign
me?
these players
They
for
suck too.
less.
I don't care. I don't have to
Oh,
pay
you
taxes.
don't? Why not?
That's
Yeah.
even better.
But that's
Sure.
Christian Kirk. That's people can
Yeah,
say
go to
whatever they
Jacksonville.
want.
Right.
But that's what.
Why don't they? Christian
Jackson-
Kirk sucks. I just don't.
He
think
did a
he's
great
really
job.
No, he doesn't suck.
should have
But
signed-
he's-
yeah,
we only had him as a player that I made that sheet
Right.
because he should have been a tier 3 free agent. That could have been like,
I
let
agree.
me. I'm not paying you for what you did. I'm paying you
Right.
for what you're gonna do. But like the cap space for basketball is not fair. You get bird deals, you get the sign and trade deals, you get to go somehow.
money that
You're only
just
supposed to have
gets
3
thrown around
maxes,
is
but like there's a
sickening.
team that has 4 maxes.
Right.
Sacramento
Yeah, it's-
Kings can't
makes
have as
no
many
sense,
players
yeah.
as the Lakers. and
So
they're
how is
both
it
in
Amazon?
California.
What's? Oh, sorry, I'm getting like totally off topic. I'm just thinking about money and the owners and things like that.
Yeah.
Different deals, but
if you're in a small market, you're screwed.
NHL hockey, back to them real quick because that was my fault. I dragged it somewhere else. Winners, like I said, winners is the East, right? All
Right.
East, but Washington.
But
I think we can
most-
agree.
Well, mostly
Um,
the top 2 teams, and Claude Giroux as a
Yeah.
player.
And right now, if the playoffs started today, the Leafs would play the Bruins in the first round. The Panthers would play the Capitals, and Tampa Bay would play Carolina to start. In the West, The Avalanche would you'd have St. Louis and Minnesota play each other. Edmonton and LA play each other.
Yep.
The Avalanche would take on Dallas, and Calgary.
The
plays
East is already
Nashville.
set up. The positioning's all they're waiting on.
Yeah, that's it. Where here in the West, there's one.
There's 5 teams that
Yeah.
could miss, or 4 teams.
Wow.
Vegas is in trouble because they got like 4 games in hand.
They're
so,
36.6% chance of missing the playoffs.
yeah,
And I only know that because it came up on the Sabres thing, because Eichel, whatever.
right.
We hate Eichel.
They hate Eichel.
We should.
Absolutely.
I got no
Especially
problem
that
with it.
comment. Yeah.
Good for him. good for Eichel. You know what? They screwed him. They should have let him have the surgery. It was nonsense. They sucked. They'd lost 17 in a row.
Right.
Let him have the surgery. And then they flubbed it, and they got nothing for him except Tuck.
Yeah.
If I hear one more person tell me that Tuck
Tuck is awesome.
Yeah, but okay, but
He's
a
nowhere
second,
near.
He's a second line guy,
Which
at
is
best.
fine.
No,
Yeah.
but he's great. It's a
But-
great story.
Tuck.
But to
What's
get-
great about
Because he's from here.
where's he from?
Rochester.
You know, they're just starting to.
He's from here. His family lives
There's
here.
a little bit more unity
They
there.
love-
Seems like in their locker room
I
right
know.
now.
They
than
love
There's
Tuck.
been in a while. I mean, I guess Eichel was
Well,
such a
Eichel
dick.
has always been a problem in Buffalo. Even when, to me,
Snuffleupagus.
Goalie.
to me, the fact that as a player, the moment the season's over, I get it, no one wants to live in Buffalo, New York, blah, blah, blah. But when the season's over and you leave, you don't like this city. Stop saying that you love this city, and the moment this season ends, you're out of here.
Yeah.
You don't care about this city. And you do whatever you want with the Buffalo Sabres about your neck. That's fine. That's your story. It's your body, your choice, whatever. But the players did nothing. Your teammates did nothing for you to be in Boston for the first week of the NHL season and not here to support your team in the press box. You're sorry.
But I don't know if I'd be here after they screwed me with
They
the
screwed you.
with
They
the
screwed
surgery.
you. But if something happens at work with you and that we work at together and the company does something, I'm not taking it out on you.
Oh no,
I'm there to
no.
help you out.
Well, maybe he said things via Twitter. I don't know. Maybe
But
he's
done-
texted.
Maybe he
Yeah.
was out rocking and
No, I hear
rolling.
what you're
Maybe he was at
saying.
a
Maybe
He's
rave.
done shitty shit in
Maybe he's at a
Buffalo.
rave.
There was rumors that he
there's
runs
all
the
kinds of
teams,
rumors.
Yeah.
that he
Well,
he's the one focusing on getting Evander Kane
see,
out.
that's outrageous. You know why I'm sick of this?
But it's just a bad look that he took number 9 right
They
after.
have a general manager.
Yes.
They have and they're horrible.
Not
they
Kim
got,
Pegula.
They got the worst
worst
organization
person.
in the league. They get rid of their scouts. They do all this stuff, and they wonder why. And then you sit there with what you have.
Right.
And if you think what they have can win anything right now,
No. You're still
you
2
know,
years out.
It's
Oh no,
it's a
there's no
joke.
way. The team's,
They need a
there's
goalie.
So many young
Right.
people.
Terribly, they need a goalie.
And they got to stop waiting on this Debbie.
Well, I'm
and
just saying it's
ULP.
nice to see them at least, win a few games and
Right.
Yeah. Well,
getting fans to come
But
out more
it's
than
a-
they have been in
No,
a long
sure.
time.
It's a bad look
So
that
it's
he took
good.
number 9.
It's good for the city. I'm glad that they're.
Tage Thompson is good.
playing
I do
better.
like him.
Right,
by
but
the
he's
way.
not a superstar.
But no, and there's talk.
But
This
you-
freaking talk. It's
You
the
don't
most
need to have a
fucking-
superstar.
I know. I heard you earlier talk about that.
because it's unbelievable. Don't you're gonna wait your whole entire franchise to get another Eichel type player. You're gonna wait and wait because he's a superstar. He's much better. He's the talent, the whole thing. You're gonna wait forever. Not gonna get him, and you squandered it. You got nothing for it. You got Tuck.
Is
And
talent.
yeah.
The dude that got drafted first overall.
Connor.
Connor
Where's
McDavid.
he coming? No. I'm talking about for the Sabres.
Oh,
Maybe this
Power.
year.
Maybe next year.
Owen Power will be here next
Next
year.
year if he
but
leaves, right?
If he leaves, he's already said he didn't want to leave when he was drafted.
So he stays. Well, so he'll be there a little
So go
more
ahead
in
and
Michigan.
leave.
That's fine.
Well, he should come, but it doesn't matter where he plays. It doesn't matter. He's going to be a pair. This is the best. This is the most promising Sabres team we've had in 10 years. You don't need to have a superstar to win. Jack Eichel.
You
was
better
not-
have a goalie.
No,
then.
no, bro,
You better have an
goalie-
outstanding goalie.
And John, in 10 years, we never had a goalie.
Yeah, and that's why they stink.
Right, but this is the best one we've had.
Right.
This is the best Sabres unit we've had.
But
And it's young, and they're all coming up together.
they need a goalie bad
Yeah,
because
for
this
sure.
team is Hasek's. Is the reason why Drury and all
Right.
them guys. They have no goalie. You know
You
what's
need a
going to
goalie
happen.
to win, yes.
They need if you're going to keep this team and say I'm not going to get any
Goalie.
superstar types, you need that to be your superstar.
the
Your
goalie,
most
yes.
expensive paid,
Which is okay.
right? No, it is. Highest paid player's got to be the goalie
Right.
because he's on.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
it's
your
got
rock.
to be.
He's your rock, dude.
And you.
You have a good goalie, you ain't going anywhere.
You know what else they need to do in Buffalo, I think, and you can tell me, is what you guys think? They need a president of hockey operations. They need somebody who's a real hockey
They need the
person.
Pagulas out of there.
I don't know what
Not
they
a
were
goofball
doing.
like Kevin Adams. I don't know what that is. And LaFontaine left so fast when he got here. It took 10 days for him to come in here and say, I'm going.
Right.
I'm not staying
That's
here
amazing.
no more.
They're definitely not a good franchise, but this
No.
is the most promising they've been in years.
I look forward to April 12th.
Thank God for the Bills.
What's April 12th?
Leafs, Sabres, and Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know why you look forward to that.
Because I look forward. Don't ask. I look
really?
forward to that.
With the
yes.
record? Don't they have a bad record?
Oh yeah. But I don't even care. I'm just hoping that the Maple Leafs do what needs to be done. At that point, after what happened in that game, that disgrace, at that point now you've got to do something. You have to answer that. Whether you lose or not. Hockey-wise, you might have to drop the gloves a little bit in this one.
Really? You're
Yeah.
expecting it?
It has to happen.
Oh,
if it does
okay.
not happen, I'm going to question if they're any good.
Which team?
Okay.
Toronto.
Yeah.
They have to.
Dylan
After that
Cousins,
nonsense,
someone should definitely touch
after what happened there, what happened in front of the net with that bum Darlene and everything that went on.
Bomb Dolly.
Well, he got hit on the boards and he got upset,
Yeah,
so he
that's okay.
cross-checked him
He's
4
little.
times.
He's not
He's
an
not
NHL.
little. He's 6'4".
Skinny. Look at him.
But
He's thrown around like a rag doll.
yeah, he was hitting matches.
But it doesn't matter. Cousins was a clean hit, and
Yeah, that's right. He's gonna have to. He will pay the price.
he's happy to do it.
Yeah, I like him actually.
I love me some
like him.
Cousins. My favorite player in the whole NHL.
But on that day, if the Maple Leafs don't do something, then they need to
They might as well
they
just pack it up.
better get on life support because they have no heart at that point. If they don't do anything, you can't allow that to happen. What happened
get it.
there?
Yeah.
That goalie was terrible. Okay, so the Sabres won a cheap one because that goalie was garbage. I never seen anything like that. Did you see the goals? Did you see them?
I
You
did
saw-
not.
No, we're
ridiculous.
we won the game.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, you could have had.
Oy.
Don't start. All right, why don't we go into something else? The question. Oh, you know what else? Gene Steratore? You know that guy who you see sometimes he'll come up and he's the official NFL
Yeah,
guy?
I hate him.
Yeah.
Do you know that? I didn't know this. Maybe you guys knew this. 20 years in the NFL and 28 years in NCAA basketball.
I heard him
wow.
on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah,
the
isn't
other
that
day.
crazy?
And
That-
he was
that
on
was
there
the
getting
question?
interviewed.
No.
Okay, let's get
But
the
that was
question.
just shocked me because I saw him the other day during March Madness. I'm like, whoa, what the hell's he doing here? It's football.
He's
I don't give a
everything.
shit what he says, and then all of a sudden,
For years.
yeah.
Isn't that nuts? Workaholic much,
Yeah.
huh? Well, then again, I don't know how often he did it. Like, I don't
Right.
know what his schedule was like, but
It's nuts.
I heard him say he did it quite a bit. He would leave sometimes.
Talk about being in good shape because those
from one to the other.
Tim
basketball
Hortons is
coaches
tweeting back.
are basketball referees are gotta be in good shape. All that running and everything.
You said they're
Christ.
gonna be in good shape.
They have to be.
The NCAA.
Sure.
No, I mean the basketball, the refs.
Oh, okay.
You got to be in good
All
shape.
refs.
Yeah.
All
So
refs.
they weren't in
Remember
good
hockey
shape
league?
when they blew that call against TCU.
Holding.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yo, that guy. Yeah, Hockley.
He
Yeah.
was huge.
Now here's
That
the
would be so
question.
The question.
Here comes the question. It's a simple question, but I can't wait to hear. Who does what? Do the players play? Do the coaches coach? What matters? Do you really does a coach really going to make a difference if you don't have players? Does the player? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, where's the line on that?
I think the coach matters more than the players. For New England, look at New England.
Yeah, because I mean, the coaches also come with more maturity. They've seen more. They draw up game plans based on seeing so much more than those players. The players that they're dealing with a lot of times have only seen a small sample size of things.
Right.
So I'd say the coach is more important. Yeah.
I think you got to break it down for sports too. Football,
Depending.
coach matters.
Yeah,
Basketball,
coach is
coach is
huge.
irrelevant. Hockey, coach is irrelevant. You gotta
Baseball.
No,
Come
it's
on.
not. Hockey,
Baseball?
it's not irrelevant.
I
I don't think it's irrelevant.
What about baseball?
Come off whenever.
Baseball's
Baseball?
pitching and stuff. I mean,
Baseball, you got
Well, yeah, I could see
the
help with
rotations and pitching.
because you'll never want to come out if you're a pitcher.
All right,
Say-
all right. Let's go football then.
If it's football, then coaching matters. But
Oh,
everything
coaching.
else-
And I say
Huge.
no.
I mean,
because
it's
I've watched
both,
I've
but-
watched great coaches just suck. I've watched Bill Parcells, great coach. He didn't have the players. Guess what? Out. Belichick sucked in Cleveland and didn't have the players. What happened? Didn't have Tom Brady. He didn't win.
But
with
see, that's
all the
weird
same
too because
stuff.
Made the
but
playoffs with
just
the rookie quarterback.
just because you have the players,
You need the players.
Washington Redskins, the All-Star team. Remember they were
Last year
supposed
you
to go to the
talking
bowl years ago.
Okay,
Snyder brought what year was that? Who was at quarterback for them?
I can't even remember. They all suck.
Vince Young.
Vince-
Remember they were called the
Oh.
Dream Team. Don't you remember? They filled that team with superstars, and they were terrible. So I'm gonna say, coaching has a lot to do with it. That's a lot of egos in a room to control. I mean, I think they got a lot. I think they have a lot on their plate.
Well,
Coaches do,
Nagy.
and they do it
Nagy's
all.
a perfect
If you're a
example.
good coach, they're able to pull it off, and your players love you. You don't have
Nagy
to
was
deal with
great
it,
in
but-
Kansas City. He comes to
I
Chicago,
know, it's
tries
too
to do the
hard.
same stuff, And guess what?
Well,
You don't have the players to do it no more. So
But don't you
it
think
don't work.
odds are a good coach could get more out of bad players
No.
than a bad coach could get out of good players?
No, I'd rather have the
You
good
don't think so?
players. I want the good players. I want the talent.
Well,
he's not get the hell out. I don't
I
want
think
him.
what backs
Like,
John's part is
I just like the players. Like the players play.
the coach should
No,
back,
I know
the
that.
coach
You know what
should
I mean?
fill
The
a
coaches-
scheme for the players. So I guess you're right. The players are more important.
I would
Because
think.
the coach has to fit their scheme, their coaching staff to fit the players. If you don't fit the players, then you're not winning.
There's been great coaches
I think
that
I
have
think John's right.
that have fumbled in other places. I mean,
I'm
they
gonna
just
stick with my.
yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna stick with
oh,
coaches.
Jesus.
for
Yeah,
me.
no, I mean,
Every time you come from the New England coaching tree, you fail.
true. That's weird.
That is weird.
That's
That's
weird.
really
That's
weird.
weird.
Well,
We're gonna
we'll
see
see
it-
what
we're gonna
happens
see it again
with
in,
the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Raiders.
That is true.
I'm very interested to see what happens with the Raiders.
But they just
he
can't.
loaded up.
I don't think anybody has ever succeeded from there.
And you know
Yeah.
what? Because of what he pulled on Indianapolis, I want to see him.
Yeah, I mean, fail. I just think
I do
now
because
if
of that.
Now think of your basketball. I think you're right. Geez, it's basketball in the NBA. Forget it.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it's
Just like
really
a pickup game, come on off.
yeah.
I mean,
But that's my thing with hockey, though. They just come off when you're tired.
Yeah.
Do your 30 seconds, do your two,
I think there's more to
two
it.
skates and come
No,
off.
I think it's more. I mean, it is 30. You're right, but I think it's more more. There's so much more. I don't know.
If
there's
a
more
power
to
play
that.
comes, Matthews, you're going on the ice. Pick your 3 other ones.
They don't do.
It's simple. You're not going to be like, hey, pass it down. The coaching, I just don't think coaching's not helpful. This is not helpful. This is not helpful in hockey, man.
All right.
Basketball is like a pickup game now anyway, so you don't even need a coach for that.
Baseball.
Baseball, yeah, the pitchers will play the whole game if they wanted to.
Yeah, you gotta have pitching. I mean, the pitching, but football's probably the most hands-on
Yeah,
stuff's
for
gonna
sure.
happen.
Montreal last year and for hockey, that coaching, if they didn't have that coaching, they wouldn't have got to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, him and the goalie. Yeah, him and Carey Price. No, you're right. No, I agree.
I guess
But
sometimes
good coaching is- yeah.
it depends.
I mean, I watched Mike Babcock
So I'd
just
say it's
be
50-50
horrible in
really. It's
Toronto.
just
They ran him out of
50-50.
town. He was so great in Anaheim. He couldn't do anything in Toronto. But you can think of a bunch of guys like that.
Oh, yeah,
we can go
tons.
through
There's
so
so many
many
stories.
of guys that were great here, but
Yeah.
they come. Joe Torre, perfect one for me. There's a guy with the Mets and the Cardinals. He was below 500. Goes to the Yankees. He's a Hall of Famer. Look what those players did for him. Look what the core four did for Joe Torre. Joe Torre's really, he was made by them.
Yeah,
he
for
really
sure.
was, because Buck Showalter could have done the same thing. Robin.
Rod Knight has a comment in the message
That's my
board.
guy.
He said Bill Belichick is like 33-41 with Cleveland and a gazillion and 33 with New England.
Right.
Well,
That's
Tom Brady.
definitely one. I've never been a fan. I mean, I know Belichick's good.
Tom Brady.
But it was always Brady. I mean, that's what saved him, and I agree because he was terrible with Cleveland.
No, he's terrible.
Terrible
Yeah. It
with
was,
Cleveland.
he was ready to be. Yeah, I mean, it was.
Yeah,
it was
I mean,
horrible.
he was horrible.
And he got. But I remember.
I mean, and he's
remember
got that
Parcells.
caveman syndrome as far as his free agency. It's like he's trying to run it like this is like the 1990s, or I'm sorry, not 1990s, but
Yeah, you
the
gotta run
era
this.
where Brady was there and people wanted to play there.
Well,
I mean,
now
I
it's
don't
starting to
understand.
But they
go
never
I
even
have
signed
no
anybody
idea what
back
New
when
England
Brady
is
was
doing.
there.
I really don't. I'm totally confused.
Last-
I know they spent a lot last year. I know they won a. They
they
knew they
signed
weren't
last
making
year?
it
Who'd
to
they
the bowl
sign?
with that team last year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
they
yeah.
got,
They
Henderson.
overspent last year, but
No, I'm talking about the Bengals last year.
Yeah, the Bengals last year, they went out and
and
got
they're not ones to usually spend the.
But they went
Bengals.
and spent again
And
this
they've
year.
done
Yeah, I
nothing
know.
now.
They went out and filled
Yeah,
that
they did
offensive line.
nothing.
And guess what else they're doing? Building.
Are they
their
building
indoor
it? Good
facility.
for them.
How about that?
All
They caught
right.
so much shit for
Good for
that
them.
in the media.
They should
I'm
do
going to
that.
say something against what Wade just said there. I don't think teams win a Super Bowl or anything in free agency ever.
No,
if you
no,
win the
they
if you win
haven't
the trade
ever.
deadline day or you win the free agency day, you're not generally
Yeah,
you're not
Miami
winning
always
the
wins.
title. Yeah, no, I've seen
'Cause it
teams
doesn't
they win
necessarily
the
mean
day
it's
and
gonna
then
work.
yay and then all of a
Because
sudden,
well, on
yeah.
paper they win the day because you're
But he's
looking
right
at all
about the
their
Bengals.
stats. You know,
He's right about the Bengals.
If
I
you
mean-
if you win free agency, the only way you win free agency is if you
win a Super Bowl.
go into the draft with no needs.
Yes,
Not that you spent the most
Yeah,
money.
that's true.
Because if we want to do that, Miami wins a lot of years.
I'd rather win the draft than free agency.
Oh,
Right.
100%.
You know what I mean? I'd rather
Sure.
be the guy
Sure.
who wins.
But it's harder
comes
to
up.
win the draft. It's so hard.
I know,
That's
that
where
is so
that's
hard,
where
man.
the
I'd
talent.
I'd love to
That's
look
where you win
into-
championships.
I'm gonna have to look. Oh, you would probably know. What's the average out of the draft picks that actually end up making it?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
is there an average? You know, of an average
there's
spit
people
off
that
or
stay
anything?
on for like 5 years that just are role players, like starters.
So not special teamers, not
though.
those, but like I would say guys like the Barclays that come out of college and they're
you
the
can-
top of their game when they come out.
You can go ahead and do the first rounders, but then it fluctuates throughout drafts. Because if you go back to the year where Eric Fisher was there, there's nobody in the draft from that draft that's even in the NFL.
That's
But then you
amazing.
go back to a draft class like what's his name, Jalen Ramsey's draft class, and you can have an all-star team from them. Jalen Ramsey
it's
would
so
be
hit
quarterback
and
number
miss.
2.
That's
But look at how much coaching affects
That's
those
Scott-
players as well.
But it's not just coaching, like I've said.
You don't think so?
The
Scouting
free agency
is
and
the-
draft
those
need to
guys-
switch.
Scouting.
Those
Well,
scouts
some guys
are
get blown
unreal.
up 2 days
Yeah.
before the draft.
No, it's
2
true.
weeks.
No,
Like
I just-
right now, we'll look at it, and by the time draft comes, whoever's the number 1 draft pick, well, who knows how much it changes up there in the top 10.
The draft and NFL free
Yeah.
agency need to switch. You should be able to pick where you want to go from the draft, so your career doesn't get
Oh
shot.
man, I like that.
If
They
your
should
career
do
does,
that.
your career gets
That'd
shot
be great.
because you
They
go
never
to
would,
the,
but that'd be
Jacksonville Jaguars.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You go there to rot for 5 years, and then 5 years your career has just been wasted.
I just think that when you look at all these sports, think about we were just talking here for a second about scouting. I mean, that's everything, and all of them.
Huge.
Without
Right.
those guys, and when
they
you
pick these
and when
guys
you see
apart.
teams that get rid of scouts and don't hire back, you're in trouble. I mean, that says it all.
I feel like I could just go be a scout tomorrow for the Miami Dolphins and do better than they do.
All right, I probably could.
Like I really think it's just like some teams just can't freaking draft. They're just terrible. Like I could sit there watching the draft with her, and I'm just like, why the fuck was this guy not taking over this
Yeah,
guy?
sometimes
I've seen a
I
guy,
don't get it either. The dumb
Tyrann Matthews
decisions
was
they
in the
get.
draft. Miami needed a safety. They went Bobby McCain. I looked right at my Twitter. I took right to Twitter. There's no way that this is even a thing. How is this guy going above this guy? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no,
And then there's people,
please.
like I said last week, there's people going into the draft with needs, and
Don't get John
they're
going.
missing a Michael Parsons because they're going to fill a need. It's just,
I
it's
know.
just silly.
No, I agree 100. I mean, I can't even think of the times that I watching the Bears. How many times things have happened? Like Aaron Donald should be a Chicago Bear,
Right.
and he's not. I mean, there's so many things that Mahomes or Watson should be a Bear, not that bum. And now
That's not
you know,
right. That year, I
If you
remember,
think about it, Mahomes should really be a Buffalo Bill.
he could have right.
right, but then what if
They
he went to
should've
the
never-
Buffalo Bills? He might not
I
be Mahomes.
still don't understand why they not that I'm upset or anything. I just
Allen?
still don't understand why they traded out of that.
You just don't.
The Bears should
I
just
mean,
took
I
the
didn't
number
know
2.
much about Mahomes coming out of college. I just heard
Right.
what people
I-
said about
Well,
him.
what if he
and
came
it
to
sounded
Buffalo
like
and played?
they were like, I remember
Maybe.
GR talking about him, saying, "Call him Money
Yeah.
Mahomes, Money Mahomes."
He was something. We watched a bowl game. I remember seeing him, and he was unbelievable.
Right, but
yeah.
if he would have
was
came here and then to Buffalo, he might not be.
Oh,
Patrick
absolutely,
Mahomes.
might because of.
Well, he could be just
Bad
being where he's
coaching.
at because of Tyreek Hill, but we'll see.
I really
Yeah, that's another thing I want to say. I don't know. I think they'll be fine. I think Kansas City will be fine.
No,
you
yeah,
should
they'll
have
be
played
fine. Sure they will. I think
They'll be
they got. I just think. Well, they'll be fine. They just go different. I guess you do different
Go
things.
younger.
Who do you got? Scandling,
Yep.
whatever his name
I
is.
think he's
and,
garbage.
And Juju.
Juju will help take up, but
I just think
Hardman, yeah.
Hardman's there.
I mean, but you got Kelsey, dude. I mean,
I
there's
know. Then
just-
Kelsey's the big thing.
I think
mean,
Kansas
just-
City.
Right, but
I think
how much
Kansas
the-
City's fine.
how much
I
of
really
the
don't.
field-
But we'll see.
who said
I mean,
it?
I mean, they're not. Their downfield percentage is gonna
somebody
come
said
up,
it.
probably.
Someone's gonna get exposed. I think it was Richard Sherman. Somebody's gonna. No, it was Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen said.
Keenan
it,
Allen
yeah.
said, "Hey, it's time to find out who was carrying what." And now that Tyreek Hill's gone, is it going to be him or him, Kelsey or Mahomes?
And then I saw
Step back?
Tyrann Mathieu say,
Interesting.
Egos getting all wild" or something he posted on Twitter. I don't know what it was in reference to. Or anything,
He's
but
leaving Kansas City. That's why he's upset.
he said, "Watch egos getting all wild" or something. I don't even know who he was. I don't know who it was directed to.
How-
It wasn't necessarily right after the trade.
How old is he? How old is
He was in the
Any better?
2008. No,
So he's getting
like
he should
30?
be 30. He's 29 or 30.
I think he's 30. Yeah.
So he's got to go somewhere to win.
He'll get
to
signed
win.
somewhere.
He's gotta go
He-
somewhere.
Miami's trying to talk to him, and they just created $11 million in cap space.
I
to
saw
try to get
that.
him.
Yeah, I saw
And I
that.
really want him. He was my very first
LSU guy.
LSU
right?
guy, the number 7 guy, like the number 7 family thing. I wanted him in Miami so
God,
bad.
it amazes me how quick these
Yeah.
guys are just.
And I
in
called him
out
going
of
to
the
Arizona
NFL.
that year.
Like here today, gone
Yeah.
tomorrow. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah, no
Here today,
doubt.
gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before we leave, another thing that's been driving me crazy throughout this whole week with the NFL. I think it's so unfair if the NFL's a business. Like, I follow the Dolphins, so there's players that are cut candidates, and they don't cut them until after the first and second and third wave of free agency, and that's just not fair to the players.
Oh, that
If
stinks.
you know you're going to
that's
cut
terrible.
them, I think the NFL needs to switch
That's
it.
horrible,
The
yeah.
players' union should agree with me. If you were going to go in the day of free agency, the last Wednesday,
Right.
when free agency opens in the league year, you cannot be cut. If you're cut, there's a punishment. You cannot save all that money. You should be able to go find your place now. Because now if Miami cuts a guy like Eric Rowe, he can't go find a place to play because other free agents already took his
spot. Yeah, no.
It's just not fair.
I
that
kind
you
of get
to
it.
wait.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
I'm
that does
surprised.
suck.
Well, let's say Starla Toulier. He's irrelevant, but if you waited to cut him, now he can't go ahead and find a place to play. Cole Beasley, they waited forever. Now he can't go find a. He could have.
But see, they could have kept Star on.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to.
But they don't need to.
So they just cut him so they don't have to. Pay
I'm
him.
surprised
It's going to be the post.
Akeem Hicks is still out there. I'm assuming it's because of injuries.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
he never,
who's that?
And his age,
Akeem
Akeem
Hicks.
Oh,
Because he is
A really dominant nose tackle.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He can't finish
there's
the
a
season.
lot of there's still a lot
Yeah.
of good free agents that I'm surprised are still out there.
Eddie
It's
Goldman's
pretty
good too.
surprising.
Yeah, both of them are out
I mean,
there.
there's a lot. Usually they get sucked up real quick to teams, but they're not. They're just floating there.
This is where you really help win free agency, though. This
Yeah.
is where instead
Like
of
Stephon
spending the big
Gilmore.
guys-
Stephon Gilmore's still out there, didn't he? Did he say?
Yeah, he's waiting.
Yeah,
he's
still waiting.
He's trying to go to Kansas City.
God,
Really?
And no one will go to team. That's the other thing. Like, how can
Kansas
a team
City,
like
huh?
Chicago? Because they could use him. That'd be great to have him with Jalen Johnson. There's no chance. Why would
Right.
you not?
But
It's not
if
gonna
you're
happen.
them,
why
why
would
don't-
you do it?
why
Why
would
would
you
you
pay
do it?
that?
Right?
Right,
Why would you
right,
pay that
right,
kind of
right.
price?
Like if you're him, you're
They're
going to go
actually, you know
somewhere.
what's funny? I'm not used to a GM like they have. Generally, a GM like normally with the
this.
Bears, they would have done that, and they would have thrown, but they had to sweeten it so much to get them there. They've been grossly overpaid.
'Cause
Oh,
you
right,
gotta
right.
admit when you're ready
Handcuffed
to
to
rebuild.
Yes.
him, overpaid.
First time ever in Bears history that they've
That's-
admitted to rebuild.
Wow.
Ever.
Good for them.
Never
That's
seen
that's
it.
just the one thing I need the NFL to fix. I think it's just not fair to these professional football players. You treat these guys like they're garbage. I seen Darius Slay was talking about it the other day, and there's an NFL prospect from Michigan tore his ACL. Every scout from each team, there was a scout from each team there. None of them moved. One scout went onto the field, grabbed the ball at the 15-yard line where he fell and tore his ACL, and moved it up so they could continue drills with other players.
I saw
They
the
don't
video
give a
of that.
shit about these people.
I
Yeah,
saw
no,
the
it's
video
messed
of
up.
that. That was horrible, man. Like 4 people walked like right past
Right
him.
next to him. Almost
And he's
stepped
laying
over
on the
him,
ground,
Allen
like
Iverson,
flipping or
like
holding
Ty
his,
Lue.
holding his knee. You know he's hurt. I
Oh,
mean, you
yeah.
saw it. You saw the way his legs went. You know he was hurt.
They were going to see if he was okay
Devastating.
while they were doing other drills behind him.
Yeah,
and Darius
that's
Slay
crazy.
commented on it, and he said, I've seen a player fall, get hurt, and they just moved him.
Yeah, just move
Next
along.
just said,
Yeah,
right? Move.
drag them out.
Yep.
And then continue practice. Practice.
Yeah, practice.
Some of practice.
All right. Well, I guess we gotta go. Before it gets, we could go till ever, or probably till 8 o'clock. Before I go, I want to talk about real quick our friend of Gorillas Inc. and Elena DePaulo. She beat leukemia, but within beating leukemia, she now needs a kidney because she has kidney failure. So we're looking for a kidney transplant. Somebody, please, out there, 716-898-5001 is the number at ECMC. And if you're anywhere in the country, or in Canada even, and you think you can do it, please give them a call, and they can give you a packet that'll come in the mail. You fill it out, and they'll see if you can or not, if you're healthy enough. If not, just go to Gorillas Inc., all of our pages, and share her little we have a thing that we wrote up for her. Just share it everywhere. Share it to Twitter if you can, Instagram, all those places. The other thing I'll say to remember is tomorrow, please remember Falls Count Anywhere at 2 o'clock. And don't forget that about the little trivia question, who founded the game of basketball. And go to our store. Support us. Guys, anything else before we go? You got anything to say?
I think that's it.
We've
I think
said
I'm
a
going to
lot.
go get dinner.
I'm good. Yeah, it was
Dinner
fun.
time?
That was a fun night. Fun,
Hope so.
fun conversation.
All right, guys. Take it easy.